कि naturopathy is a very big field. So, what is naturopathy?
Naturopathy is not an alternate science.
Okay.
It is a complementary and a holistic science. It should work all together.
And having so much experience in this field, more than 14 years, I guess, right?
14 years.
So, it's a vast experience. And I think viewers आपके इस पूरे experience से क्या-क्या चीज़ें gain करेंगे, क्या-क्या लाभ उठाएंगे, वो आज शायद उसके लिए मैं भी excited हूँ.
Great opportunity to treat people from almost all countries. The world. I have traveled around 50 to 60 countries because of this job.
Okay, you're saying Indian food was impacting you.
Not exactly the Indian food. It's not the classical Indian food, homely food what we have.
Okay.
You can be healthy at your home, sitting at your work desk. Still you can be healthy by following naturopathy principles. I'll give you one common example.
Please.
When this recently, unfortunately, the COVID thing happened.
Right.
In the COVID time, who was the people who got terminally sick? Are the people who are almost very rich countries and rich people who are away from the sunlight and all those things. Have you seen any street homeless people suffering with lack of suffocation or hospitalized? Very less.
So, hello, Dr. Prasad, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
All good, all good. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for calling me, inviting me here.
No, and we are extremely glad कि आज जो हमारा ये session है,
जी.
it's about naturopathy, acupuncture and all the things related to this.
Right.
And having so much experience in this field, more than 14 years, I guess, right?
40 years.
So it's a vast experience, and I think viewers आपके इस पूरे experience से क्या-क्या चीज़ें gain करेंगे, क्या-क्या लाभ उठाएंगे, वो आज शायद उसके लिए मैं भी excited हूँ.
Done that.
And I hope I do my job well कि मैं आपसे सही questions पूछूं.
जितना हो सके, जितना नॉलेज मैंने गैदर किया, जितना एक्सपीरियंस मैंने देख के सीखा, I'll try to present it, and my whole aim is to be helpful to the public.
Great,
Yeah.
great. And I'm sure हम कुछ आपसे इतनी चीज़ें ऐसी निकालेंगे ही जो viewers के बहुत काम आएगी.
Wonderful. I would love to give some tips.
Great. But थोड़ा सा आप अपने बारे में बताइए ना, एज एन आप कहाँ पे प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, what exactly do you work on, क्या क्या स्पेशलिटीज़ हैं, so एक थोड़ा सा अपना एक बैकग्राउंड बताइए.
Sure. I'm from Andhra Pradesh, and I've studied SDN College, Naturopathy College. It's Asia's one of the best college in near Mangalore. Then after that, I did masters in acupuncture, and then I worked at a naturopathy hospital. It's 1,000-bedded hospital in Vijayawada, one of the biggest hospital in India, where they used to practice the classical naturopathy, where it's a complete zero salt, zero oil,
Okay.
and giving importance to all Panchamahabhuta techniques, hydrotherapy units, everything. It's a holistic center, I can say. I gathered a great experience working there for 2 years. Then I started my clinic in Andhra itself.
Okay.
Then after that, I got a great opportunity to work abroad. Then I worked for 9 years straight away, where I was working as an acupuncturist and naturopath.
Okay.
And since my work nature was traveling around the world, I have traveled around 50 to 60 countries because of this job.
Okay.
So I got a great opportunity to treat people from almost all countries. So I know acupuncture, how it works for black people, I should must say that. But white people, black people, brown people,
Okay.
different skin colors.
Okay.
So different areas, people, in my observation, I see it responded little bit different. Some authenticity, some people, it responded in a different way. So that unique experience I have got.
So now you have come from traveling from all the places to India and treat the people.
Yeah, because my Guruji, he advised, I was still in field of working, continuing that job. But my Guruji has advised us like it's enough working abroad, now it's time to come back to India and start working here. So he was the person who suggested us Purgaon to practice. Okay, came here, and from here I'll start working to the globe, back again. Yeah, that's my year.
Great. ग्रेट। तो आप यहीं से प्रैक्टिस करके और सेइंग कि ये चीज़ें आप वर्चुअल
Whatever I know through lectures and corporate,
वैसे वैसे या
that's what I want to do.
सो एक जो मुझे लगता है एक बहुत ही कॉमन सवाल लोगों का रहता है एंड इवन मेरा भी है कि नेचुरोपैथी इज अ वेरी बिग फील्ड। तो व्हाट इज नेचुरोपैथी? एंड अभी आपने एक टर्म यूज किया क्लासिकल नेचुरोपैथी, तो मतलब एक मॉडर्न नेचुरोपैथी भी एग्जिस्ट करती है। तो मॉडर्न और क्लासिकल में क्या फ़र्क है? नेचुरोपैथी एज अ होल में क्या क्या चीज़ें आती हैं? क्योंकि आयुर्वेदा एज अ ब्रांच इज सेपरेट, होम्योपैथी इज नोन एज अ सेपरेट ब्रांच, नेचुरोपैथी sometimes feel ki it has many elements. So is it defined or does it have certain elements that we practice in naturopathy?
See, with my prescription, like my prospection on viewing this thing, like naturopathy is not a alternate science.
Okay.
It is a complementary and a holistic science.
अच्छा,
It should work all together.
ठीक है।
In the current generation, in this era, we talk about Vasudeva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one. We are not different people. So, in the same way, even the medicine field also, our main goal is to give the result to the person who comes with some kind of
Right.
pain or anything like that.
Right.
So, this should be a holistic way. As coming back to the naturopathy question, naturopathy is very simple. Like, for example, this building is there. For the building to be strong, you need all the construction material need to be strong. Like, for example, sand, water, iron, these things are the base of the building.
Right.
If this base is good quality, your building is stronger. If you use bad quality, you're not giving a sufficient amount of cement, not using sufficient amount of sand, not pouring it water at the time, this building is weak automatically.
Right.
In the same way, our body is also made up of Panchamahabhutas, Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, Akash, So when you provide these sufficiently, your body functions amazingly. When disease happens, lot of people, they don't know that we are getting these diseases because of deficiency of those things. This is my personal experience, me being coming from Andhra, Andhra is also spicy food. I can say tasty food as well. So in my college time, I indulged to eat more, excess eating. Now the current problem is excess eating. We don't know when to stop because of the taste.
Exactly.
So I was also I have my photos, before photos, like, without following diet, with following diet, with diet and moderate, I used to look different in all the three pictures. Some pictures you don't even recognize me, this was me, So all these things personally I have seen, like when you eat too much of excess of salt, sugar, masalas, these all things will impact
Right.
your health. I came to know this because I was traveling, as I mentioned, because of my job. When I went to US, I cannot get Indian food. So I used to eat the food there.
Right.
And in US, they don't eat salt excess, very limited levels. So my joints used to be very free.
Okay.
And once in a while, when I go to an Indian restaurant and when I eat that Indian food, normal Indian food, dal tadka and naan, on the same day, I used to get, after my meal, heavy meal, I used to get sleep 2-3 hours. बहुत नींद आता था, सो जाता था. जैसे मैं नींद से उठा हूँ, all my joints used to be swollen. Like I feel the heaviness.
Okay.
That doesn't used to happen with the light food what they are used to eat in their culture. It is always good. We are learning technology from so many countries.
Right.
We are exchanging knowledges.
Right.
Why can't we exchange the knowledge of food also? The food what we used to eat before and the food what we are eating now has changed.
Exactly.
आपका मम्मी पापा, मेरे मम्मी पापा अलग खाना खाते थे. इतने सारे ऑप्शंस नहीं थे, इतने सारे मसालास नहीं थे, इतना सॉल्ट है ही नहीं. आप जैसे मसाला बढ़ाते जाओगे उतना ही ऑयल ज़्यादा रहेगा, उतना ही सॉल्ट ज़्यादा रहेगा. That is the excess thing is making you feel more problematic.
Okay.
And now the modern studies are also showing that excess intake of carbohydrates, excess sugar will make you aging early. When you eat more food and more sugar, automatically you will start looking aged.
Right.
Reversal of age is also has a lot to do with diet. All these things I understood when I was traveling. Automatically my consumption of food has come down. So whenever was 8 months or 9 months in US or Europe or anywhere, when I come back home, my mom used to tell me every day, every time, like, you are looking young. You look like
Okay.
3-4 years younger. And when I comes back and you haven't eaten all these foods for 7 months, so I started hogging it so much. Then just in a span of 2-3 months, I started looking older. The food impacts is so much.
So you're saying Indian food was impacting you?
Not exactly the Indian food. It's not the classical Indian food, homely food what we.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
but
Got it.
adulteration or it has become so much of masalas, oil, salt, salt rich food.
Right.
Salt is nothing but sodium chloride. One molecule of sodium retains 3 molecules of water. What I can say is, because of this modern food, what is happening is we are developing inflammation in the body. So easily for you to show the differentiation, you take pictures of 3 different country people. Maybe from Europe, Mediterranean people, American, and Indian. When you see, there is a little bit of swelling in the face.
Okay.
Swelling in the body. We look little plumpy.
Right.
It's not fat. Fat is different than looking
Plumpy.
bloated and
Right.
plumpy is different. That is inflammation. That is happening because of excess intake of salt and all those things. People talk a lot about sugar, but a lot of people, they don't talk much about salt, because salt is mostly consumed more in Asian countries.
Okay.
Because the same problem with the patients, I used to feel this with the Chinese clients also. Chinese people used to come to me, they eat lot of fried rice, Same thing again, salt consumption and oil consumption is more. So they have the same problem. Bangladeshis used to come to me, same food. Pakistanis used to come to me, same food,
Okay.
Thailand people, they have some more, Thailand people are little bit different from the classical Asian foods, but still they are following the old traditional foods, I can say.
Okay.
Yeah, these all people, they have same issues. European people, they have different issues. Americans, they have different issues. I am very, very lucky to treat different people from different parts of the world to come to this kind of conclusion from my side,
Okay.
which is 10 years of my observation. I am just giving you it in a small podcast.
Yeah, that's good. But how does naturopathy in all of this plays a role? I mean, if I'm suffering from something, then how do you work on in treating that patient as a naturopathy doctor?
Naturopathy, again, in two ways. One is naturopathy through lifestyle. Lifestyle means what I mentioned is we are made out of Panch Mahabhutas, giving good amount of water, food, sunlight exposure,
Okay.
Fasting and all these things. Everything is the basic principles of naturopathy.
Okay.
One is you can be healthy at your home, sitting at your work desk. Still you can be healthy by following naturopathy principles. And another way is you became sick because of so many other things. It was not able to implement in your lifestyle, and people became busy with their targets, they neglected eating habits and drinking habits, and always sitting in the offices away from the sunlight. Car is well air conditioned. From the car, you go to another air conditioned office, and you come back home, it's air conditioned again. Hardly you get sunlight. So automatically you will become sick. I'll give you one common example.
Please.
When this recently, unfortunately, the COVID thing happened.
Right.
In the COVID time, who was the people who got terminally sick? Are the people who are almost very rich countries and rich people who are away from the sunlight and all those things. Have you seen any street homeless people suffering with lack of suffocation or hospitalized? It's very less. The homeless people who are roaming around everywhere, and the people who are weak in the immune system were all the people who got affected. That is one classical example for the public to give back the importance to the natural medicine and natural way of living. So that is one way of looking into it. Another way is once already anybody's organ is affected, like kidneys are affected, heart is affected, because of wrong living, organs are already affected.
Right.
The pancreas is affected, resulting in diabetes. So at that time, they need some support. That support is done by the doctors, naturopathy doctors in the naturopathy hospitals. And in naturopathy hospitals, always diet is already provided. Whatever diet I am telling, there is a art to make and cook and serve it. So those people who are sick, they come to the naturopathy hospitals.
Okay.
Where in these hospitals we have hydrotherapy treatments using like for gut health issues, we have cold baths, spiral baths, enema, all these things. Enema is one of the best way to detox, detox techniques. Because once you are accumulating with all the oils, masalas, salt and maida, all white stuff, what you are putting inside, it all causes inflammation inside the body. To remove the inflammation is one of the major factor. Nowadays, you also see people, they're feeling difficult to lose weight. Their weight is lost, but still they look plumpy, or because it's because of the inflammation. Until and unless inflammation is not addressed, the person is not completely healthy.
Got it.
Yeah. So that is one different. And we also have naturopathy clinical setups. Clinical setups can help you with your lifestyle changes and
Okay.
if neck and back pain issues, well, let's take for neck and back pain issues. People are sitting in corporate offices or any offices, in fact, for long hours in one place, that makes a lot of stiffness in your neck and back. We are not actually designed for sitting in one place for longer time or long hours. But everything is changing. We have to do it. If you are doing it, then compensate also with little bit of exercise. Your spine need to have flexibility. We are actually designed for running, jumping, doing different kinds of activities. So when you have a job, something like that, you always need to be hydrated. Keep a bottle at your desk place. Keep on drinking water. Again, I can talk about water for hours together, because water is one of the very, very important thing to your body. The whole universe have 70% of water. Our body also resembles the same. We have 70% of water. We have blood, 5 liters of blood, which is 90% is water. So even joints, you have a synovial fluid in the joint, which is water again. Even for a fetus, when inside the fetus is there inside the mother's womb, amniotic fluid is 90% is water. So everywhere it is water. So lack of water, what your body does is it will start taking from the joints, it will start taking from other fluids inside your body. So even the brain is made up of 80% of water.
Okay.
So that's why people get headaches, tension headaches and all those things when
Lack of water there.
lack of water. And what happens is generally in corporate or I'm sorry, I'm messing about corporate again. I should not say that. But in the setup, when you are sitting in one place, uh, without knowingly, we keep drinking coffee.
Right.
And coffee always dehydrates you. You can drink coffee. I'm not against coffee. If you're drinking 1 cup of coffee, try to drink 3 cups of water. If you don't drink water and keep on drinking coffee, what happens is it dehydrates you and water takes from the brain and you start getting headaches. And you take medicine, you feel good. Again that medicine goes in the liver and again excess. Even doctors also doesn't advise you to take pill always, there is no other option. That's why they are telling you to take a pill. But your smartness, if you are a smart guy, you decide what you want to do, whether you want to take the pill always or you want to know why are you getting a headache. If you have a back pain, why are you getting a back pain? Simply you don't get back pain, right? Any pain, you should be questioned why I am getting it. If there is no pain, that's worst. If the tumors are mostly painless. All kinds of tumors are. So that is more chronic. If once the pain comes, you always think why is happening. In naturopathy field, what I see is we are trained in that a way that from the schooling itself, always questioning why. You have a headache, why? You have a gut issues, why? You have a pain, why? When you have a pain, why you? That's why our consultations are long.
Okay.
We thoroughly consultate the spine, what is wrong with the vertebra and all those things in the same way. That's why it is little longer. Yeah.
And what are therapies are included in naturopathy? जैसे आपने कि acupuncture बताया, इसके अलावा और क्या क्या चीज़ें से हम एक पेशेंट का ट्रीटमेंट अप्रोच करते हैं?
See, naturopathy itself is a science, a complete science.
Okay.
And I did masters in acupuncture. So I mix both those two.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
all the naturopathy doctors will be practicing acupuncture or because it is an additional thing. For example, I did masters in acupuncture, but when I was in US, I have also learned chiropractic.
Okay.
So this is my strengths. It is not.
Got it. Got it.
It's not taught to us in one university.
Okay.
All these things. These are my collections, kind of things to help people.
Okay.
But after seeing all these things, also they all work on the same
Concept.
same concept. This is the way. And coming back to your question, acupuncture is a Chinese medicine. It comes under the branch of TCM,
Okay.
Chinese traditional medicine. It also has 5 major branches. Like naturopathy has 5 major branches like Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, Akash. In the same way, TCM has 5 major branches. One is acupuncture, Chinese herbs, nutrition therapy. The food what you eat is also considered as medicine. Fourth one is exercise therapy, and fifth one is qigong. Qigong is again energy balancing. And acupuncture, the main principle is we have energy. We have two different bodies. One is a dead body and one is a living body. What is the difference? Living body has energy inside. If there is energy, that has to be channelized.
Right.
A channelization of energy is called as meridians. There are 13 different types of meridians.
Okay.
So any blockage happens to these meridian channels by pricking the needles, identifying that sick meridian and pricking the needle and unblocking the meridian channel so that the energy flows continuously to that area. That's the concept of acupuncture.
Okay. Is it a permanent solution?
Yeah. It's you see, when you come to us with a pain or some kind of issue, we treat it. And we also tell you maintenance. There is nothing in this world which is permanent. You come to us with some problem, we treat it completely. And we also tell you why are you getting this.
Right.
And just take care of those things. Educating the person is very, very important. Because most of the 95% of the issues are lifestyle issues.
Right.
And trust me, I forgot your name.
Shubham.
Shubham. When I was working
Yeah.
outside, I used to get all top surgeons also to acupuncture clinics and where I was working. They also strongly believe on basic fundamentals, how the body operates. So once you are stronger with all these things, automatically you will not suffer with any of the thing. So my strength is identifying why he is getting a problem and try to solve the problem from the root.
Okay.
The changes of lifestyle and using these acupuncture, chiropractic, or naturopathy treatment modalities to boost his immune system.
How do you figure out, what is the which area, is the meridian having a problem? I mean, just a very.
Yeah, that comes with my schooling experience. It takes I studied for 7 years. So I did masters in acupuncture. So meridian channels learning, it's a process again. It's not so easy to teach you in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Identifying the sick meridian, yeah.
Are there any tools also to identify the energy system of the body where the energy is flowing? Are there any diagnostic tools? Are there any machines which categorize or helps you understand that this area is comparatively weaker than the other in terms of energy? I'm just taking a very random guess.
Wonderful, very good question. See, all the therapies what I am talking, acupuncture is also very old, almost 3,000 years old science. It's already time tested.
Right.
If it doesn't work, it would have not traveled for
3,000 years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So 3,000 years Not even 3,000. 50 years back also there are no diagnostic methods so much. Nowadays we have so many diagnostic methods. So how people used to diagnose? Natural diagnosis, facial diagnosis, pulse diagnosis. We see the pulse, what is happening in the pulse. We see the tongue diagnosis. You know, if your digestion, if your gut is affected, your tongue, people's tongue will be swollen, tongue will be heavy.
Okay.
You know, teeth marks on the tongue.
Okay.
Tongue will have different areas. The heart area, for example, tip is the heart area, you know.
Okay.
The sides is the liver area, you know. And on the facial diagnosis, some people will have marks in these areas, you know, black marks. That has some indications of liver condition, you know.
Okay.
Most people know that water bags under the eyes are something related to the kidneys, you know. So, for example, in the nails also, you know, nail beds, you can see the conditions of your liver, how it is functioning.
Okay.
Spider webs in the legs, you know, that is a liver issue.
Spider with varicose vein.
Not varicose veins, kind of. Circulatory issues are also
Okay.
indication of liver, you know. In Chinese medicine, what I like is they treat the liver as a supreme organ. In modern medicine, we think heart is the main organ. But heart is just a muscle pump. It doesn't manufacture anything. It is a pump. It's like a motor. But manufacturing unit is your liver. It manufactures everything. Your health is determined by condition of your liver, not because of a condition of the heart. Heart, it is just, it pumps the things, you know. So they give a lot of importance to the liver heat in the liver. Heat in the liver affects your heart affects your brain, and people get stroke. Anyway, it is a philosophy again. I don't want to go into it and confuse the public. But liver is one of
The
the
primary organs.
Mm.
Okay.
That's why the diet, little bit of herbs. Herbs also, I don't advise people a lot of herbs, you know.
Okay.
Sometimes we need some push. Most of the things will be just corrected with diet, lifestyle, water intake, you know. These things you can reverse your aging. There is two types of aging. One is your physical aging, one is biological aging. Biological aging can be reversed, you know. For example, I am looking like this. Let's take I am 40 years old. I start following a very good diet from today. I can look myself, trust me, like 28.
Okay.
That is possible because I am from South. Superstar Mahesh Babu,
Right.
he's almost
40. Well, then what
he's
is
50s. He's into his 50s.
Yeah.
But he looks like
Yeah.
30s. Anil Kapoor ji, he is one example. I have heard his interviews. He always say that he drinks a lot of water. When interviewer ask him what is your health secret, he is खूब पानी पियो और फल खाओ. Hmm? And once Miss Universe Aishwarya Rai interviewer asked what is the secret of your beauty, you became a Miss World, Miss Universe. She told water. I consume a lot of water. When you drink a lot of water, it will reflect on your skin. It's the best natural moisturizer. You don't need to put a $50 moisturizer on your face to look moisture. It works. Trust me, it works better than that.
No, that is true. That is true.
If you are if someone is not taking the water, they look dehydrated, you know, then the problem starts. So my main give back is like take importance to drinking of water. And when I talk about water, I will also tell you that how many liters. People will get confused, like how, okay, drinking water is important, but how much to drink? You know, your body always says, you know, to drink sufficient amount of water. And once you get up in the early day in the morning, you know, whenever you are waking up, try to drink at least half bottle of water, half liter of water, and then try to drink 1 liter of water. When you are drinking 1 liter of water at one time, what happens is, let's take you drank around 1 liter of water. I drink every day 1 liter of water once I wake up. In that 1 liter of water, let's take 400 ml of water is absorbed in my stomach. Some 200 ml is absorbed in large intestine. 200 ml is absorbed in small intestine. Some good amount of water enters the rectum. Rectum is the place where stools are stored. In stool, you have fiber. So when the water enters the fiber, it swells, and you have a very good reflex to your brain
Okay.
So you have a very good defecation in the morning. First thing, it's detox. You need to clean your body every day. So once you have a great bowel movement, and then again you can drink again a half liter of water or how much ever you're comfortable, so that you can also get a second defecation also. I always, for me, it is right now, like when I follow this technique, I go to the washroom in the early in the morning, like 2 times, the second time even the water comes sometimes. It's that cleaning it is. Of course, we give a lot of importance to clean our office, to clean our house.
But not happening.
And our body, we need to treat it as a temple. Temple need to be cleaned. So if you follow this thing, at least, you will start observing a good cleansing process. Then always to your office or in your car, always try to keep water bottle and keep on sipping. At least according to WHO, it's 2.5 liters is advised for whole day. 2.5 liters is good to do the proper metabolism. Metabolism means it's like building everything, metabolism. If you want to have a great metabolism, drink at least 2.5 liters of water. But currently we consume a lot of salty food because of toxins. Food is adulterated. The vegetables are not clean. It's fertilizers. So many other things. So toxins are going more inside the body. So at least 3.5 to 4 liters of water. That extra 1.5 liter water is used to flush it out.
Got it.
In the whole day you drink that kind of water. The mostly people who are like Anil Kapoorji or anybody who gives importance. For example, me, I drink 4 to 5 liters of water.
Okay.
So I notice a difference when I drink a good amount of water and less amount of water. What is the difference? And I would also tell some people who are traveling in two-wheeler people, they need to drink more water. Okay, because they are exposed to the wind. Wind. When you are exposed, you get dehydrated.
Okay.
So you have to compensate that with, let's take people are going in a train ride. Whoever sits in the window, they get dehydrated faster, right? They feel thirsty.
Right.
So it's the same thing. When you are driving a two-wheeler, you need to drink more water. That is also an important.
And that is also part of full. I think that is a good prevention tip.
Yes.
Anyone having any sort of problem. So starting basic with water itself a good thing.
Yeah, these techniques, they may sound very simple. The things what I am telling today might sound very simple, but trust me, they are very, 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 very effective. And another thing what I want to tell you is, if there is a chance, try to cut down your salt. Other than none of the world takes excess salt. All 5-star restaurants, salt is less. You complain that you go to a 5-star restaurant, tikka bana the matlab ko masala nahi. It's supposed to be like that. The people who go to those hotels, you see how they look. The people who eat in the street food with full tasty food, how they look. Jale hue dikhte hain. Like I should not.
No, that's fine.
This is the reality, because when I go back home in Andhra also, when I see people eating in street food, वो रिफ्लेक्ट करता है आपका स्किन में, आपका फेस में, हर चीज़ में. एंड पीपल हु आर ईटिंग इन लाइट सॉल्ट, लाइट ऑयल एंड ऑल दिस, दैट आल्सो रिफ्लेक्ट्स. सो मेरा एक विनती है सबके लिए ये कि जितना हो सके उतना कम सॉल्ट ले लीजिए. आप जब खाना भी खाते हैं ना, जब देखिए हम इंडिया में हम क्या करते हैं कि रोटी ज़्यादा लेते हैं और सब्जी कम खाते हैं, या राइस ज़्यादा लेते हैं और सब्जी
उसको करिए.
हाँ, उसको जस्ट स्नैक जैसा लेते हैं. बट इट शुड बी रिवर्स. रोटी, राइस, दिस इज ऑल कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स. Carbohydrate is nothing but it goes inside and turn up into sugar.
Right.
I will tell you one example. They have taken a rat. They put it in a water in a tub. They left the rat, and there is an end point where it has to reach. It has reached. A normal rat. And another rat they took and they injected sugar in the rat. So what happens is the sugar has affected the brain. It was doing only circles. It was not able to reach the destination. So it affects so much. So if you are eating heavy, let's take my example. When I was in college, सुबह सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट में सांभर इडली बनाते थे, बढ़िया सांभर खाता था और फर्स्ट बेंच में बैठ के सो जाता था. That's because of the food. If you eat a light food, you will not get sleep. There are see that's how important is to take care of the food. You know, so eat more of uh, vegetable curries in order, and eat less of carbs. That is also a very important thing.
Yeah, one thing that that comes to my mind is South में जैसे non-veg काफी खाते हैं. Like what is the concept of non-veg with naturopathy or.
Well, you have very rightly said. Uh, Before, when I was in South, I used to think it is normal because I have always used to see non-veg is so much consumed. And when I came these places, Delhi, Gurgaon, and all, non-veg is very less, which is very good. It should be like this. And that will also reflect on your thinking also. You know, in Ayurveda also they say the food will affect your thinking, you know.
Right.
Most of the things, you know. But finally what I understood is everything need to be in a balance.
That is true.
You know, the whole universe works in balance. That's the reason we have equator in the center. You know, so everything works with a balance. Chinese medicine, yin and yang. We have center, yin and yang. In Hindu mythology, we have Shiva and Parvati. We have bilinguals in the same body. You know, when it goes out of balance, the person will start behaving like a guy. If it goes out of balance, the same person may behave like a girl. You know, it should be in a balance. You know, when it is out of balance only, see, everything you need to see, you know, just don't follow the things which is written in the books. Open your eyes and see what is happening. Whatever I am telling also, don't follow. You test it for yourself. हाँ ये बंदा सही बोल रहा है, ऐसा ये इसको प्रैक्टिस करके देखते हैं, है सब चीज़. सो दैट वाज द थिंग.
वो खाना चाहिए नहीं खाना चाहिए.
हाँ, नॉन-वेज अकॉर्डिंग टू नेचुरोपैथी नो. अकॉर्डिंग टू नेचुरोपैथी नो, इसीलिए कि वो ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग फूड होता है लिवर के लिए. There are so many philosophies. They says that we are purely vegetarian. We don't have those canned teeth. Our hands are not like a flesh-eating animal.
Right.
You know, all these principles are one side. I accept, but I travel into the world. Almost, I'm so sorry to say that 60% of the population eat non-veg. Only India में कुछ areas we eat mostly vegetarian. So majority of the people are eating non-veg. You know, so it is. But again, I also see the people in the Western countries, they have more issues with heart. They might be healthy, you know, heart blockages, heart transplants, liver transplant is more common outside. In India, liver transplants, heart transplants are very less. What is a transplant? Organ is completely dead. You know, it's up to you. You eat non-veg and there are chances of broke down of the organ percentage is more. As I always say you that I don't follow the books, I see the people. This is what I see in different countries. The people who eat excess in amount. So they are having issues with the organ transplants and all this. So, okay, you like non-veg, that's all right. Try to eat it in a balanced way. And coming back to the question, South India eating more of non-veg, for them what I want to tell is try to eat your meat with less salt and sugar and oils and masalas.
Okay.
Eating meat is not a problem. Eating boiled meat is considered as little bit healthy in Western countries. They don't have much issues. But the same meat, you are mixing it with a lot of masalas, oil, salt, you know, because you have a taste, that will create more damage than actual meat. Even the gravy, the masala is damaging more than the protein what you are taking. Protein is good. Protein will build your body. It's good for many other things. But the process how you are making it is a problem. Before, in North India, South India, East India, West India, all used to prepare food at home and people used to eat food in the home.
Okay.
and always with less masalas and all those things. Now we eat a lot of food outside.
That is true.
So outside, their main aim is to make the food tasty. How can you make food tasty? By adding a lot of oil.
Right.
So their purpose is they're right in their way.
What they're doing.
What they're doing in their way is right. It's up to you to select what kind of food you need to eat.
Nice. Nice. Coming to acupuncture,
Yeah.
what all diseases can be specifically treated when we talk about healing through acupuncture?
Acupuncture is actually also a complete science. It can treat varieties of issues. It can treat, mainly it works amazing for sleep. If have any people having tough time sleeping, insomnia, wonderful. 2-3 sessions only, they will sleep like a baby, you know.
Okay.
And I have seen with my experience, very good for sleeping and for detoxing, for gut health. And the most common practice, what you see outside, is for pain management. If any people know, 100% people or 95% people know that they go to acupuncturist for the pain, you know, neck pain, back pain, migraine. But not only with the pain, it also works amazingly for infertility, for sleep, for digestive health issues, all chronic issues. That's what I practiced in my practice. I've seen one lady, she is from New York, very young, like 22 years of age, and she wanted to pursue her field in fashion in Paris. That was her dream. And she was constipated for 16 days. Not going to washroom for 16 days continuously. She was so fed up. She came for acupuncture, and after 3 sessions, she had her first bowel movement. After 16 days. She was into tears. Her mom came to me to just congratulate me. She came and hugged and thank you so much. So these all things also will happen, just stimulating the right meridians and pathways.
Okay.
So that is one experience. Another lady, she has tough time. She's a doctor, and she just wanted to test the acupuncture. So in US they have a ring which monitors the sleep.
Right.
So she wore that ring and she came. She didn't tell to us, and we gave acupuncture. She slept like a baby, and next day she came and she told that, doctor, I was wearing this sleep ring, and last night I measured my sleep, and we went to that alpha, beta, theta waves, and my sleep was very, very good. So see, I was not even knowing. I know that it will work, but they have curiosity. So one another thing what I want to say is, we always come to a conclusion just to listening to the people. Acupuncture अच्छा नहीं है, acupuncture से ये होता है. Until and unless you don't experience it, you don't tell it. First you experience it on yourself. Sometimes who knows that you are missing a great thing because of somebody told that it is bad. So everything has their own importance. So I'm kind of doctor, I'm an integrated medicine doctor. I have lot of friends, my classmates who are modern medicine doctors. You know, I have surgeons, I have MDs, my classmates, you know, from my schooling. So they are doing a great job with their thing. We all are together. Our main aim is to help people. That is the way how I work.
I mean, is there a way to work on any chronic diseases with acupuncture?
Chronic diseases, lumbar spondylitis, cervical spondylitis, and knee pain.
Joint issues.
Joint issues,
Really
very, very good. And insomnia and infertility.
Insomnia and fertility. Got it. Got it. Is it painful?
Very, very good question. A lot of people ask me this. See, we have different size needles. These needles are not like regular injection needles. They are very, very thin. They are like a hair strand thickness.
Yeah.
And we use the super fine quality needles, so it's hardly painful. Yeah.
Okay. Needles have a say in this, as in what type of needles you are using.
It has different companies has different quality. We use the best quality needles. And another thing is, some doctors, they may practice the same needle. They bring the needle and they put it in a alcohol, and they use the same needle, of course, for the same person if he is coming for 7 days. So we don't do that. We dispose the needles then and right away.
Okay.
Because of that, what happens is, see, always the needle thickness depends upon, it's used for one time. When you use it, the sharpness of the needle after 2-3 times it goes away. So after, if they are repeatedly using the same needle for the same person, you may start feeling the pain. That's why people may experience the pain, because the sharpness is gone.
Okay. Okay.
So we don't use that. So it will be completely a painless treatment. Yes.
And how long does the session last?
40 minutes is the ideal time for the acupuncture session. So yeah, 40 minutes is the treatment, and whatever treatments we do it in a holistic way. And once you have any issues, you are coming. The common is like 10 days treatment, 7 days to 10 days. Maximum is 21 days we take.
Any chance that a person can feel that he's getting hurt or something, or he feels that, you know, that needle is in the wrong place?
Let's see, that is possible if you are going to uneducated, just experience. See, there are chances that there are assistants for me.
Okay.
They may see the technique and they feel that this is a very easy thing to do, and they call it. Then yeah. But if you are going to a proper licensed, a proper doctor who knows where to prick the needle,
Right.
it won't happen. Yeah.
I think it's a I wouldn't say risky job, but little to be on a cautious side.
Okay, coming back to the risky thing, see, 95% of the points are in muscles.
Okay.
It's not in the organs. So it's 100% safe in that way.
Okay, it's 100.
A person cannot kill another person with acupuncture needle. I can write pressure. Because all the points are in the muscles. How much ever you puncture the needle also, you're not going to die. Or since we are talking about the dangers.
Dangerous.
You know, there are a couple of points in these areas, you know, apex of lung, if they puncture the apex of lung, then there is chances, you know. Some people nowadays, they also do dry needling. You know, dry needling means mainly concept, they think wherever you have tenderness, you prick the needle and keep on stimulating to release the tension. Then it could be sometimes if the practitioner doesn't know anatomy, you know, if for example shoulder pain, they have pain here, you know, and it's a tender point and you prick a needle there, and they don't know where is the exact apex of lung, you know. You different size of needles. You have this much big needle also. If you use this big needle and he punches it, then they can rupture the lungs. Those dangers can happen. Yeah. But if again, if you are going to a proper
License.
licensed acupuncturist, then they know the anatomy, they know the depth of the needles, then there is zero chance. It's like surgery only.
Right.
If a surgeon does the surgery, his chances of risk is very less. In villages, the compounder who assists the surgeon, he will also become surgeon in the village. I have seen that, not now. They also do surgeries. You know, that kind of thing. RMP doctor.
And how long does it take to, you know, measure the progress?
Progress, you will notice the difference immediately. You know, with me, when we prick the needles and we remove the needle, immediately there is a change.
How do you, I mean, is there a way to measure that?
Pain, you will tell the pain scale.
Oh.
I will always ask the person, he has a pain, let's take a person come to me with neck pain. I'll always ask him before the treatment, what is your pain scale? Let's take, he says 8. And after needling, I ask him again.
Okay.
You know, what is your pain scale? 100% times it's always 4 or 2 or okay and 5, something like that. And depends upon the stiffness, you know, we decide the sessions. And what is the advantage, since we are talking about neck and back pain? So what we do in our center is we treat it in a holistic way. We use naturopathy and acupuncture both. How? First, when you are sitting in one place for longer time, you know, your spine is supported with supraspinal muscles, these muscles. These muscles, they become very stiff. Hours together, you are working. So it's all tension, targets,
Right.
everything is tight. You are proactive.
Right.
You know, your proactive means all these muscles are tight. So on a long run, it becomes so stiff. So first what we do is we use hydrotherapy. We have something called spinal baths. So when you put hot water baths, when you take hot water in these muscles relax so much. You know, circulation improves.
Okay.
Once they come out of the 20 minutes hydrotherapy treatment, once they come out of it, Then we do therapeutic massages. You know, we have therapists. They do with paying us therapeutic massages. Massage always promotes, the circulation, and there is always energy. When a person is working on you, they are taking your energy and they are giving their energy. It's energy transfer as well. It helps to remove the whenever there is tightness, it's a bad blood there. We have to move the blood. When you move the blood, fresh blood comes. Fresh blood is fresh oxygen. If we close our nostrils for 5 minutes, whole body shuts down. So it is so important. So more the oxygen is better healing. 1 second oxygen not receiving to the brain will result in stroke. 1 second. So it's the same thing. If you have a lack of oxygen to the particular area, hypoxia results in the weakness of that area. So with the physical thing, there is no tablet invented to increase the circulation or to increase the oxygen to that particular area. So it should be done in a mechanical way. So once do the therapeutic massage, they will be relaxed. Then we do spinal manipulation, little bit of spinal manipulation to correct the spine. And the inflammation, whatever is there, it can be corrected through acupuncture. Acupuncture, when you prick the needle in the it releases the inflammation. And then to prevent it in future, we advise them anti-inflammatory diet because we know what kind of diet need to be given. Because of the modern foods, your body becomes more acidic. So I advise them alkaline diets. One of the best alkaline diet tip I can give is ashgard. Ashgard is a very good.
I personally am taking it a lot.
See, you can see the difference, right? I think in Pakistan, one Baba was known as Ashgard Baba. This is before independence and old Muslim. So who are close to him, he used to advise Ashgard to all the problems. So he became popular as Ashgard Baba. So ashgard is one of the best alkaline food. Always eat seasonal fruits. Whatever fruits comes in that season are designed for your body. We are from the nature. Nature gives you that. See, for like a wonder, in a summer you have a roadside watermelon which is full of water and minerals. And a summer you have a tender coconut. How amazingly it's made. So just follow those things. In winters, citrus fruits are there. In winters, you get cough, cold and all those. So you need vitamin C. So you have these things. Just explore the things, So always ask me people when they ask me that what is the better fruits are always seasonal fruits. I'm a small doctor. Nature is a very, very big doctor. Just follow the nature.
That's fine. And do we work on cases like, chronic cases like cancer and diabetes in terms of, management of symptoms or management of pain?
We do work with cancer patients also, but in collaboration, with the allopathy and in a complementary way. Not completely alternate also people do. We have great naturopathy hospitals in India where they completely do as an alternate. They do only naturopathy and we can reverse the cases. That even I can do. But that needs a lot of dedication from the patient side. When a cancer patient or anybody comes, we advise them 3 months or 6 months of fruit diet, raw diet. When they follow raw diet, heart reversal will happen. Blockages in the hearts are gone. People who have issues with the liver cancers, issues with the kidneys, tumors somewhere in the body, everything can be healed. So that kind of commitment also need to be from the patients. If they have good commitment, 100% we can treat. It can be alternate as well.
Fully.
Fully alternate as well. Because see, modern medicine is only 100 years old.
That is true.
Then are we just 100 years old? Just answer me. Are we just 100 years old? No, right? Human beings are living from thousands of years. At least we know thousands. People say 5,000, 10,000. That I don't know. But at least 1,000 years you know that we are. Mughals are there. Britishers are there. This at least we know this history. So, see, since I work in Ayush department, So I know different modalities. In that, Unani is there. Unani was the medicine which came from Mughals. At that time, Unani is mostly of herbs and all those stuff. So at that time also, Unani was practiced in Arab countries. There were no surgeries at that time. Of course, they have methods of surgeries. We in India, we have Ayurveda. Ayurveda, we used to do all the things. In European countries, they have these hydrotherapy treatments, baths, and all those things. First thing was they were not in need of these things because their food was good at that time. They were not having a lot of options. They're eating the same food, and they used to work hard towards the sunlight, drinking water, always outside. So they're taken care by the nature.
Right.
And now, as again I mentioned about the COVID example, people who are outside, they were safe. Who were mostly inside, they were affected with infections more. So these are the classical examples.
Great. Any other specific cases, if there's anything that you would like to share?
See, naturopathy and acupuncture, they all go with holistic way, Specific cases, if you ask, I would tell insomnia, sleep problems, if anybody have sleep issues, infertility, everything, both wife and husband, everything is fine, but they are not able to conceive, Recently also, a 45-year-old woman came to our clinic, and she was having tough time conceiving, My wife is also an acupuncturist and naturopath. She helped her. And just in a span of 3 months, she got, she's free now. Yeah, there are so many examples.
Do people have this much patience? I mean, I'm sure that, they're also wandering here and there, and then after, going everywhere, then they come to a holistic doctor that please, I'm fed up of all the medicines now.
That is so true. That is so true. Like people go everywhere and it becomes more chronic as well.
Right.
And then they come to us. That it will be more challenging for us to reverse this also. But this is what happens, But naturopathy is always the supreme. It can take care of the things and reverse the things.
Do you work with any of the other modalities and in conjunction with Ayurveda or allopathy, with any hospital? Or...
See, as a job, where now I am a HOD of Ayush department in Rashtrapati Bhavan.
Okay.
So there they have Ayush means Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, or homeopathy, all together. So in that wellness center, what we do is whoever comes to us, we help them all together, what and all the things can be dealt very good in some departments. Let's take for example skin diseases, skin related issues. They have amazing medicine in Unani. Unani medicine, they have very, very good compared to skin. But when I was talking to the Unani doctor, HOD of Unani, very, very experienced. So when I was talking to him, he have an experience of 40 years, in this practice. So when I was talking and gathering some experience, so he was mentioning how it works, and it's the same like acupuncture, naturopathy. Unani is also the same. In Unani also, the liver is the main.
Okay.
And skin diseases mostly happens when people eat more non-veg. Because Arabic people used to eat more non-veg, they used to have skin issues. So it's again, when you go out of balance, these things, Unani medicine, when you eat more meat, liver is affected because it's a heavy food. And when liver is affected, it will affect on your skin.
For skin issues, I don't think that acupuncture has any solution for that. But
It has, TCM has.
TCM
steps in
Okay.
Acupuncture is one of the modalities
Of TCM. Okay.
So we have herbs. See, the herbs in TCM, Unani, naturopathy, the herb is same, but names are different. It's the place where the plant is grown.
Right.
In Arabic, in those places, some plants are grown. So those plants are Unani medicine. In India, in Ayurveda, we have the plants which are grown in these areas.
Right.
So
They have the same function, but different names or
different areas.
Different areas. Got it. great. I think lot of insights for this pod session.
And I think I gave too much.
No, I think that's fantastic. People are also, I think, equally confused. So, these are very small things that, it's important for us to provide that type of information to
Yeah,
youth.
yeah.
Because even if they want to go to an acupuncturist or a naturopath, उनको वो कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आता कि इससे मेरे को क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स ठीक हो सकती है. जैसे आपने इतने अच्छे से बताया कि इनफर्टिलिटी, ये इंसोम्निया एंड माइग्रेन टाइप इश्यूज भी हैं.
Migraines and even gut health. Gut health issues.
हाँ.
Coming back to this gut health thing, the gut health is maintained because of gut bacteria inside.
Right.
We have bacteria means we have good bacteria and we have bad bacteria. The more bad bacteria, the more ill you are. The more good bacteria, the better health you will have. How do you acquire bad bacteria? More by eating street food. What happens in street food? What happens at your house? You go to the market, you get the best tomatoes, fresh ones, and you make it some puree or whatever. In restaurants, they take the third glass, whatever tomatoes are left over. Okay, let's take tomato is kg 10 rupees. Not 10, now it is already 40-50. But that vendor will go and take it for 5 rupees. Whatever is left over, you give me. They'll make the puree. It's old. It comes with bacteria inside. Some people eat biryani. It's meat involved in it. Old meat. More bacteria. When it goes inside, along with the meat, along with the tomato, that ripened, spoiled bacteria enters inside your body. That they used to call this before amoebiasis. Bad bacteria, amoebiasis problem, So more the bad bacteria is the more problem you get. And when the bad bacteria is more inside your body craves more street food. Because bacteria is bad. It's want that food. I want that biryani. I want that burger. I want this. It will never say that I want roti and dal. Simple food it will never ask. Because that bacteria is not that bacteria. So that's how they get misguided. So again, good thing is when you change your diet, change it for 7 days or 9 days, so that you develop a good bacteria. So when people have these gut issues, do come to nature cure clinics or where we do enema or detoxing process and all those things. Okay, if you don't have time for coming to detox, then you do it in your home. Drink a lot of water, clean, stop eating street food, start eating clean food, drink lemon water, lemon honey juice water, You can do 1 day fast, liquid fast. It's like take 1 glass of water and 1 lemon and 3 spoons of honey. So every alternate hour you're taking honey lemon water and water. Like an example, 8 o'clock you take lemon honey juice, 9 o'clock you take water, 10 o'clock you take again lemon honey juice, 11 o'clock you take water. So like this, the whole day, morning till evening, if you are in liquid fast, you are removing that toxins or whatever is there. Maximum we recommend a person to do liquid fast at home is 3 days, not more than that.
Okay.
The 3 days also under the guidance of a doctor. You can call us or you can Google it nearby naturopaths. Or naturopaths know how to do fasting. So look for them. Under their supervision, you can do it in your home. If you are not comfortable, go to a naturopathy center. Nowadays everything is on phone. So yeah, these things you can do.
Great.
3 days is the maximum you can detox yourself at your home. The best natural solution for detox
No, I know.
is fasting. Not even lemon honey juice fasting. Plain fasting.
Right.
Plain fasting is introduced. That's why in Navaratris, fasting, religious fasting in Ramzan, they have it in that way. Christianity, they have Easter. Different fastings are introduced by religion.
Exactly.
To reset your body.
Right. Completely agree.
So it has an importance. Fasting has an importance. So recently the Japanese scientist also got a Nobel Prize. There is no bigger prize than Nobel Prize, right? So it is authentic. That fasting is an authentic thing. Of course, he has done on rats, and they have not done it on the trials yet. But it is practically It's not always you have a scientific proof and you start doing it. You know, that scientific proof will come after 40, 50 days and you are no more. You know? So these are facts, you can do it. You know, I worked in a 1,000-bed hospital where they classically follow these things, you know. So I have seen it with a lot of people. So lemon and juice fasting is also one of the best detox which you can do by yourself. When drinking a lot of water detoxes. And for you nowadays everybody knows about probiotics and prebiotics and all those things. See, probiotics and prebiotics are there from long time during our parents' time. Let's take my parents. They were mostly into agriculture, 80%. They what they used to do, they used to cook the rice, that starch. Overnight they used to put it, and next day morning they used to put either one chili or onion, and they eat that porridge or what do they call it?
Achar.
With achar and all those things.
Fermentation. Yeah.
Fermentation, they used to take it on a regular basis. At afternoon or evening times, they used to eat curd rice and all those things. See, the coming back to this dairy products, why they are creating a lot of problems nowadays is people used to consume dairy from long time. Even Sri Krishna is known for dairy products, right? He loves dairy products. So suddenly what happened is before they used to have one cow for their house, you know, they used to take milk from that one cow. One milk was there. Now you have dairies where they mix a lot of cows' milk in one place. Each cow, who knows, the fourth cow have some problem.
Right.
That milk come to that. You know, na, mummy, if he takes medicine, it goes to the baby.
Yeah.
So some 500 cows milk mixed, 500 different bacteria, and it causes allergies. Now they are injecting for production, for increasing the production. So that's why it became allergy. It's not the cow milk is bad. It's the process of cow milk is becoming problem. Even before independence, people used to consume ghee. In Indian, we never had refined oils. We don't know what is refined oils.
Right.
We were imposed by them, by the factories to consume, and we were being told that refined oils are healthy for your heart and all this. Now they say it's not healthy. So always whatever is natural, if you consume, you won't be having a problem. Refined sugars, refined salt, refined salt also I will say. If you take direct sea salt or rock salt, anything from Sainda Namak, these are okay. Purified, fortified, see, again, it's fortification with iodine is important, but those are in a different areas, you know. Yeah.
So we're connecting, going back to the roots. Connecting with
Returning to nature. Going back to the roots at this moment is very important because now we are going too much away from all those things. You just follow these things. Regularly do breathing exercise under the sun with a water bottle next to you. There are three Mahabhutas are involved in that. Water you are taking, sunlight you are receiving, and you are doing breathing exercise also.
Okay.
Just add the small thing into your life.
Okay.
You know, it brings a greater impact. And nowadays, the younger kids are facing a lot of issues with anxiety. What is anxiety? I'll tell you. When I was working in a ship, I was in a closed room. Always the cabins are always closed, always inside. And in the morning times, I used to go for a jog on the top.
Okay.
But during the COVID time, I was like stuck in that ship. And first time I experienced anxiety because anxiety is like, after that, when I went to a meeting, one guy, when he was asking me, I always respond in a very cool way. That is my nature. But that was a small question, and my way of responding to that question was not me. You know, I generally respond very slow, calm, but I was responding like a crazy. That is anxiety. You know, you don't know the limit of your control. When you are in a control, you know, you respond in a different way. When you are out of control, out of balance, then that is called as anxiety and all those things. Then that's why people react in a crazy way.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they are not like that. People are always good. because of circumstances, because of out of away from the nature, they behave like that.
Right.
So the younger kids are mostly having ADHD problems and all those things because they are not close to the nature. And myself, after that, I started going to jog again, taking myself time for fresh air, sunlight, water, nothing. Now I became calm again. So until and unless you don't connect the person with the nature, and if you don't connect him and giving medications, I don't think it will be solved. Because I used to see a lot of seminars by the top psychologist and psychiatrist.
Okay.
They were always asked, once a reporter asked a famous psychiatrist, how many people you have helped so far in your career? He said none. Famous.
Okay.
It's a process. There is no ending. He is keep on giving the medication. Have you cured one person? It's like, anyway, I don't want to go to the controversy thing. But see, they are good. They're good, but that's not the ending. You need to go it in a holistic way. Because the ultimate thing, what I understood is, nature can take care of anything, especially mental issues, health and mental health. Nowadays, people are facing a lot of mental health because they're going away from the nature, sitting in one offices. And I also see in India, we have a lot of corporate sitting in one place. And I used to work with those managers or with those owners in abroad. And it's also unfortunate that most of the owners, they don't stress themselves so much. All the big multinational company owners, they exercise every day. They're outside. You see Miami beaches, they run, always hydrating themselves with water. What we learn technology, we give technology. Why don't we learn healthy skills also from others? Indians, they don't run. Hardly we run. Nobody runs. I don't see a lot of people running on the streets. But you go to abroad, most of the people, they do hiking, they do running, they're close to the nature. They take time themselves for hiking, So those things also help them a lot. That's why they're able to take the decisions. It's always in bigger offices, it's the decision making capacity is more important than slogging yourself for 10-15 hours. One important decision, remaining people just follow it.
Yeah.
I think I'm not wrong.
No, that's fine. Even I do a lot of treks in between. So I understand the impact it has on your mental health.
Yeah,
Right.
change the attitude.
That's-
And in Bhagavad Gita or somewhere I read, human life is came after 18,000 janmas or something like that. It's a precious gift. And present is a present for you. It's a gift, present.
Right.
Just enjoy it. You are not here for one job. Your entire life is not for one job. It's given for you to have fun and enjoy. So mental health right now is very, very important. Don't be bonded. Don't feel the pressure and bonded. The moment you start feeling the pressure and bonded with anything, then you are not enjoying your life. Try to do the balancing of everything. Yeah. That's what I want to tell. Maybe I'm going little out of the.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I think
And maybe the beginning of philosophy as well.
I think you should add that.
Mental health is very, very important right now, sir.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I understand. People are suffering silently. That is also true.
And countries, big countries are suffering with these issues. Because I have a lot of young colleagues which I used to work for UK. London, they have tough time with younger kids. They have a different problem. They have all mental issues. And I can also give you an example like the countries which are colder more, where there is less sunlight, they have more problem with mental issues. They have, they're messed up, actually I can say. India is still mentally very, very strong. The UK and some parts, cold places, Canada, they have money but the mental health is horrible. Like you can't even imagine the mental complaints what you get there. In US, the kids are saying that I'm a cat. I feel I'm a cat, and teacher should teach me in a cat way.
Okay.
Teacher should come to the class and teach her like a cat.
Acha.
So these all things I have seen it there. They are not feeling themselves as human. Before they used to have issues with gender. They used to think I am not male, I am not female, and all those things. Now they are far more advanced. Now they are not feeling it's a human. Feeling their cat, dog. Yeah, this is what I have seen. They have, yeah. So this is. I don't know what more worst
Right.
it can happen.
In that, that's a reality. That's a sad reality.
They have issues with that in US.
Great. Amazing. I think we have touched a lot of subjects.
Yeah.
Overall, I think this session was overall very insightful, not for only me, but for the viewers.
No, that's because of you. Thank you so much. You have brought so many open questions so that I can speak with many other.
Again, your experience
Pleasure.
was also fabulous.
It is a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much. But your experience was fabulous.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, I mean, people can definitely take consultation.
Yeah.
Online and offline from you.
Definitely.
Online they can take it through Vedic roots, and
Yes.
I think that's not a problem because the type of experience you have worldwide, I think that would give an edge
Yes.
for a lot of we have a lot of traffic from US.
Okay.
So I think it's a very good way to redirect them to you if they are suffering from any of the things. And I think people believe more about naturopathy and acupuncture in countries other than India. So that is fantastic. And even in India, I mean, people are there, so they can visit you.
Yes, definitely. See, as I mentioned, my last 9 and 10 years experience is abroad. So, especially in US, me and my wife, Dr. Nupur, we both were working in 10 years in US. So we are very familiar with how to treat American wines, and we know how their lifestyle and
That is an important.
that is added advantage for sure. But India, current the metropolitans, they are not less than any other country. I don't know.
True. That is
Because they are picking up very fast.
right.
And technology, of course, we are picking up. And what I want is, I want people to pick up diet as well. I am not against Indian food. Indian food is good. Indian home food is good. Indian home food means good ghee, fresh atta or atta chakki atta and all those things, fiber, all those things are good, but we hardly get village food,
right.
Here it's all maida, sugar,
That is
masala and all those things. And I also very fortunate to travel in India itself because my father used to work in BSNL. So from childhood, my father every 3-4 years they have tours, LDC tours in the BSNL company. So I traveled India at least 4 or 5 times, each and every state.
Okay.
So even now I am traveling,
Okay.
So I see different area foods. Haryanvi people, very healthy, eat good food. I have seen Haryanvi women also very stronger, mentally also and physically also. Because even after so much of, how much ever sophisticated that area is, they still eat the desi food.
Right.
I have not seen desi food promoted so much in any other parts of our cities other than Delhi and Haryana. Delhi and Haryana, the desi food is more popular.
Got it.
Maybe I didn't travel much to Mumbai, so I might be wrong. But where I am from, Andhra and all those places, desi food is a little bit slowing down. Yeah. So if we go back to the roots of desi food, less salt, drinking more water, and exposing yourself to the sunlight, and sometimes take help of naturopathy, acupuncture. See, you should not get addicted to any therapy also.
Right.
You should not get addicted to me with acupuncture or the chiropractic or naturopathy or anything. In the same way, you should not get addicted to medicine as well.
Right.
You should treat yourself. That is my kind of what I can say,
Experience.
my
Advice.
aim to change people.
Ah.
That's my mission.
Vacation.
Right now, it is my mission to educate people, at least
Right.
to look into them.
People are also moving towards this. So
Yes, they are.
there's a growing interest in wellness.
Yes, the growing. And this is also one nice word: walk towards wellness, not into the illness.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing. But fantastic. I mean, overall, this session was fantastic.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling me here.
आपने जो इतने सारे पॉडकास्ट देखे हैं अभी तक, आई होप आपको इससे समझ आ गया होगा कि हर एक बीमारी का एक नेचुरल सोल्यूशन भी है। इसीलिए इन सारी टिप्स को जो डॉक्टर बता रहे हैं उनको अपनी डेली लाइफ में इस्तेमाल ज़रूर करें, और अगर आप इनसे कंसल्टेशन लेना चाहते हैं तो आप वैदिक रूट्स पे ले सकते हैं। साथ ही अगर आपको हमारा वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो इस वीडियो को लाइक ज़रूर करें, कमेंट करें, शेयर करें और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर करें, क्योंकि आपका सब्सक्रिप्शन हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा मोटिवेशन है। थैंक यू सो मच।